In the Thessaly Valley, Kalambaka is a town watched by the surreal rock formations of Meteora. With wisps of greenery, these gigantic sandstone and conglomerate pillars are up to 400 meters high and topped with monasteries that make up a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The columns were separated by earthquakes and then shaped by wind and water, and the monasteries on top seem to defy gravity. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Kalambaka so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Holy Monastery of Great Meteoro. The largest and oldest of Meteora's monasteries was founded in the 14th century by Saint Athanasius the Meteorite, marking the beginning of organized monasticism in this extraordinary place. The name Meteoro approximately translates to suspended in the air, which is an accurate description. The main church dates from the monastery's foundation, while its frescoes were painted in the 15th and 16th centuries. Afterwards you can enter the sacristy, refectory, which has a table from the 1500s, kitchen, scriptorium in the new Martyrs' Halls, a former nursing home and hospital. At number 9 is the Varlaam Monastery. Facing the Great Meteoro Monastery across the void, the Varlaam Monastery was set up a little later, in the mid-14th century by the ascetic monk Josios Varlaam. You'll get there by crossing a narrow bridge, and may bump into one of the 7 monks in the garden, welcoming visitors. The current buildings were completed in 1541, and the main church was decorated in 1548. These paintings almost merit a visit by themselves and are the work of the hagiographer Frangos Catalanos, who hailed from Thebes. At number 8, Monastery of the Holy Trinity. Just looking at this monastery on top of its monolithic rock above Kalambaka, you know it's going to be a challenge to get up there. First you have to follow a path south to the foot of the rock, before working your way up 140 steps. The Monastery of the Holy Trinity dates from 1362, while its surviving buildings were raised in the 1470s. The frescoes in the main church of scenes like the Last Supper and Jesus washing his disciples' feet are more recent, painted in 1741 by 2 monks. At number 7, Roussanou Monastery. Inhabited by nuns, this monastery is dedicated to Saint Barbara and is most likely named after the first hermit to inhabit the rock. Perched on a lower pedestal, Roussanou is a bit easier than most of the other monasteries to get to. It's also slightly younger, having been established towards the start of the 16th century, while its compact cruciform-style church was painted in 1560. The artist is unknown, but the frescoes are of the highest quality and are executed in the style of the Cretan school, which blended Eastern and Western styles. At number 6 in our list, Monastery of St. Stephen. Another of Meteora's more convenient monasteries, St. Stephen sits on the plain instead of a cliff top, so is the best choice for people with impaired mobility. Also housing nuns, St. Stephen suffered the worst damage in the Second World War, as it was believed to have been occupied by insurgents. The first hermit arrived as long ago as the 1100s, while the small, war-damaged chapel to St. Stephen was erected in 1545. The larger main church from the 18th century is dedicated to Saint Charalambos and contains relics of this saint, who was apparently martyred in 202 at the age of 113. At number 5, Monastery of Saint Nikolaos Anapafsa. The first monastery on the road from Kostraki to Great Meteoro, the Monastery of Saint Nikolaos, was born in the last decades of the 14th century. The origin of Anapafsis isn't clear, but resting in Greek is Anapafsis, and given the position of this monastery, it could have been a place of repose before completing the climb to Great Meteoro. On a particularly narrow rock, St. Nikolaos Anapafsis is without a courtyard, has the smallest footprint of any of the ensemble, and is built on multiple stories. There's a small church at the entrance to complex with frescoes dating to the 1300s. At number 4, Theopetra Cave. A limestone outcrop 10 minutes from Kalambaka has a cave with evidence of human habitation dating back at least 130,000 years. Footprints from 135,000 years ago have been found in this rectangular cavity, as well as Mesolithic skeletons, coal, and traces of plants and seeds that offer a glimpse of the occupants' dietary habits. The Theopetra Cave also has the world's oldest man-made structure, a stone wall that blocked the majority of the opening to the cave, probably as a way to keep the wind out during the Ice Age. At number 3 in our list, Kalambaka Town. You can get some phenomenal photographs on the streets of Kalambaka as the town is dwarfed by two of Meteora's rocks, standing in two titanic clumps to the north with houses and churches built at their base. And if you can tear your eyes away from these natural monuments, there's a lot to love about the town, especially in its old center of maze-like cobblestone lanes. Known as Stagi in medieval times, Kalambaka was an important settlement during the Byzantine Empire, and there are two churches from that time, St. John the Baptist and Church of the Assumption of Virgin Mary, which we'll cover below. At number 2, Natural History Museum of Meteora and Mushroom Museum. Back in Kalambaka, there's a great museum that opened in 2014, examining the wildlife and botany of the region. This is done with well-presented dioramas placing taxidermied animals in simulated environments. There are over 350 species of mammals and birds in these showcases, with accompanying information about their behavior and diet. On the second floor, the museum's other department is centered on mushrooms, a culinary specialty of Meteora. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Church of the Assumption. Beneath the Aie rock is a Byzantine church consecrated in the 11th century but built over a much older early Christian basilica. One of many exciting things about this monument is the spolia, reused ancient stone, on its walls. The current church is a 3-aisled basilica, the center raised above the sides, and a wooden roof. On the eastern and southern walls you can make out traces of frescoes produced in the 11th and 12th centuries, while most of the other paintings were composed by the son of Theophanes the Cretan and date to 1573. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Kalambaka? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.